What's going on, guys? My name is Nicholas, and today I'm going to show you how to complete exercise 23 in chapter 4 of this week's assignments. To start off, we're given an adjusted trial balance for the Ivanhoe Company. You can see that here. I'm going to put this along or on the side just so that you can follow along with it. Hopefully this helps out as we go along. Anyway, back to the problem. We want to focus on the after adjustment column since this is the new adjusted information. The first thing we need to do here is close the revenue accounts by recording those entries. In their trial balance sheet, you'll see that they have two recorded revenue accounts, service revenue and rent revenue. These accounts normally have a credit balance, which means we need to debit each of these accounts to close them. So we're going to take service revenue. I am doing this in Excel right now. It's because I've already completed the problem in Wiley Plus, so I wanted to have a fresh slate for you guys to watch and follow along with. So we're going to take service revenue, and the amount that they gave us is $33,020. So we're going to go ahead and enter that in here. Next up, we've got rent revenue. And for rent revenue, they gave us an amount of $13,350. We're closing both of these out to the income summary account, so we will need to credit income summary for a total amount of these two. So we're going to go ahead and credit income summary in the amount of $46,370. And that, again, that is the total of both the service revenue account and the rent revenue accounts. We're going to go ahead and move on to our next section here. We will be closing out the expense accounts. And again, these will be closed out to the income summary account as we did above. In the first section, we know that revenue accounts are normally recorded in the credit balance column. So it then follows that the expense accounts will be recorded in the debit columns. This means that in order to close them, we need to credit those amounts and debit the income summary account. I know that's confusing, but just follow along with me. We'll go through it. So income summary is going to be our first entry in this section. So we'll go ahead and enter income summary here. But we do not know the amount that needs to go in this box here yet. Not just yet. We have to add up all of the expenses that we've had, and we've not yet marked those down on our sheet here, so we will go ahead and enter those in now. The first one we have is the salaries and wages expense, and that has an amount of $18,060. The next up is going to be our rent expense account. This one has a balance of $16,900. Next is our supplies account, supplies expense account. That one's going to have $1,600. Then we've got our insurance expense account, and that's got a balance of $1,420. And then finally, our depreciation expense account. This one has a balance of $1,200. So now that we've got all of these figures marked in here, what we need to do is total those up and then place that in our income summary account as a debit. So that total is going to be $39,180. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next section. In this section, we'll be closing out income summary to our retained earnings account. So we need to determine what the balance is in the income summary account. Initially, we recorded a balance of, or a credit of $46,370 in the revenue account, and then we recorded a debit of $39,180 when we closed our expense accounts, and you can see that here. If you subtract the debit from the credit, you end up with a balance of $7,190 in the income summary account. So we're going to enter in income summary here. and place a debit of $7,190. We're going to credit this income summary amount to our retained earnings account. So we're going to credit $7,190 to our retained earnings account. Then we're going to move on to our next section, and this is the last one. For it, we need to close out our dividends. To do this, we need to credit dividends for $25,040. That is the amount that they gave us in their statement above. So we're going to credit $25,040 here in this account, which means we've got to debit it from our retained earnings account. So we're going to go ahead and debit $25,040 from the retained earnings account. Now, once you've entered in all this information, all you have to do is hit submit, and it should give you the correct information. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'll be here all week, of course. I mean, this is the assignment, so I'll be here all week to answer any questions that you may have. I hope this helps, and good luck on the rest of your homework. Thanks.